Hi everybody, happy Monday and welcome to week 4 of online learning. Today for reading, boys and girls, we are going to be speaking about vocabulary. Now we know that vocabulary means words. Today we're going to talk about unknown words. That means words we don't know, words we might not have heard before, words that are unfamiliar to us, okay? Tricky words. Now, when we're reading, sometimes we will come across tricky words, but it's really important that when we do, we stop and we think about what these words might mean, okay? If we ignore these words and we don't think about what they might mean, then we're not going to have a very good understanding of what we're reading. So here I have a poster, okay, that is going to help us think about the strategies we can use when we see tricky words, okay? When we see unknown words or tricky words, there are things we need to look for. We need to look for pictures. We know pictures give us clues. We need to look for helping words. There might be words on that page or in a sentence that help you to understand what another word might mean. We need to think about words you do know. Okay, that's similar to helping words. If you think about words you do know, they might be giving you information. And examples and definitions. Thinking about where have you heard a word before, okay? And you might use strategies like opening up a dictionary and looking for the meaning of a word, or finding the meaning of a word on Google by typing in the tricky word, okay? There are lots of things that we can do as great readers to think about what unknown words might mean, okay? Now today, I'll just leave that up here. Now today, we are going to read a story. Now I've chosen the story Rumpelstiltskin. I haven't read this book for many years, okay? Now I've chosen this book because there are lots of tricky words in here. And when we come across these tricky words, we're going to write them down, or I'm going to write them down, okay? And we're going to use our reading strategies to think about what these unknown words might mean. We're going to use picture clues. We're going to use helping words, okay? Let's see what tricky words we find. All right, remember, like always, if you can see the words in the book, please read along with me. All right, Rumpelstiltskin. One day, the king rode into town on his horse. Everyone was excited. "Look at my pretty daughter," called a miller. I'm just going to stop there for a moment because I've come across a word that I don't hear very often. Miller. I'll write that word down. Okay. Miller. What could the word miller mean? Now, not even I hear this word very often. Let's have a look to see if there are some clues or information on this page that we can think about to help us understand what that word means. All right, let's see. "Look at my pretty daughter," called a miller. So I know a miller is somebody who's talking. He wanted the king to marry his daughter. Okay, so I know he was talking to the king because the miller was saying to the king, "Look at my pretty daughter." And the next sentence says he wanted the king to marry his daughter. So the word he is a helping word, and it's telling me that the miller is a man. So I'm going to look for who it might be. There we go. This must be the miller talking to the king. Now I can look at his clothes. I wonder if that gives me any information about what a miller might be. Now, luckily, I already know some things about what a miller is. And I know a miller works in a place that looks very much like this, okay? Now, you might not have heard the word miller before, and I already have some information about that word, so I'm going to tell you what it means. A miller is a person who works in a place like this, and they turn grain into flour for food, Okay? So I can write that down because I have a pretty good understanding of what the word miller means. Okay? So I know a miller is someone whose job is to turn grain into flour. Okay. Let's see what other tricky words we come across as we're reading. All right. He wanted the king to marry his daughter. The king ignored him and rode on. She can spin straw into gold, shouted the silly man. Did you say gold? Asked the king. So the king took the girl to his castle. He gave her a spinning wheel and some straw. Spin this straw into gold by tomorrow, ordered the king. I'm just going to stop there for a moment and I want us to pay attention to the word ordered. Now, I know the word ordered here is not talking about somebody who ordered a burger from McDonald's. Okay, that wouldn't make sense. Spin this straw into gold by tomorrow, ordered the king. So someone was just talking. The king was just talking. Now, this must be giving me information about how the king said it. Now, the king didn't use his manners, and there's an exclamation mark at the end of that sentence. So I now know that ordered, and I'm looking at her face, she looks pretty scared. Ordered must mean demanded, okay? And the picture clues and the helping words gave me this information. Demanded, okay? To tell someone quite rudely, okay? He didn't say it nicely. He told her. He probably raised his voice when he said it too. Okay, so I'm going to pop the word ordered onto my poster, ordered. Okay, and I know that that means demanded. Demanded or told. Okay, told rudely. Let's see if there are any other words we find. Okay, let's just back up and reread from here. Spin this straw into gold by tomorrow, ordered the king. Of course, the poor girl couldn't do it, and she started to cry. Just then, a little man appeared from nowhere. Let's stop and think about the word appeared. Just then, a little man appeared from nowhere. Okay, appeared. Now, I'm going to think first about helping words. If I think about the word nowhere, appeared from nowhere, these words help me because it's telling me that somebody has just come from nowhere. Okay, and I'm going to use the picture clues. And the girl looks pretty shocked. She looks a bit worried, a bit shocked, surprised. So I think the word appeared might mean that somebody, the little man, has come out of nowhere. So I think appeared might mean that somebody has shown up when it was not expected. The girl doesn't look like she expected this. Okay, so the little man has shown up when it was not expected. All right. I can do it, said the little man. Give me your locket. By the morning, the straw had become golden thread. What might thread mean? I'm going to use picture clues. And I'm going to use helping words. By the morning, the straw had become golden thread. Now I'm using what I already know about this word as well, and I know that people use thread for knitting. Okay, so I think thread might be the string that people use for knitting, okay, or sewing. But the king was greedy. Greedy. What might the word greedy mean? I'm going to write that word down. And then we're going to read on and see if there are clues that give us information about what the word greedy might mean. But the king was greedy. He gave the girl a bigger pile of straw. Spin this straw into gold by tomorrow, ordered the king. Once again, the girl started crying, and the little man appeared. So, if the king is asking her to do it again, to spin the straw again, then this is telling me that the king wants more. So I think greedy means somebody who wants more of something. Okay, I can write that down. So greedy is somebody who wants more of something. Okay. All right, boys and girls. Now, it is your turn to do a very similar activity. I have put the story Rumpelstiltskin up on Teams for you, okay? Your book is different to the story that I've got, okay? You do not have the same story as mine. They are both called Rumpelstiltskin, but you have a different version, okay? Today I would like for you to read about 8 pages of Rumpelstiltskin. And just like I've done, in your book, you're going to find a new page and write the title, Unknown Words. You're going to write down all the words you don't know and use those clues to think about what these words might mean. Okay? Use the picture clues. Use helping words. Okay? Use words you know. Think about where you've heard the word before. All right? So you're going to read Rumpelstiltskin and you are going to write down the words you do not know and think about what they might mean. Okay? Now, I know that some of the tricky words in your book might be miller, and we know what that means now though, boast, appeared, and we spoke about that as well, and delighted. These might be some of the tricky words that you come across, okay? Find the tricky words and think about what they might mean, okay? If you have somebody who is helping you with your activity, have a conversation with them as well. Talk about what the words mean. Talk about how you know. Talk about what strategies you're using. All right. Good luck, boys and girls, and don't forget to send your work to me. Remember to let me know if you have any questions with anything. Bye.